All right, guys, this lesson is for Thursday, March 26th. Today's lesson is just going to go over the three methods of factoring, or four methods of factoring that we've done so far this week, dating back to last Friday. Last Friday, I taught you a method of factoring called greatest common factor, and that's always the first way that you should try. The second method of factoring, if GCF doesn't work, is called dots, the difference of two perfect squares. And the third method of factoring is for trinomials, which we call the AM method. So today's lesson, I just want to go over when you're supposed to use which method, what the problems are going to look like, and just more practice with that. So I'm actually only going to do these top three problems here. I'm going to leave the rest of the sheet blank. And then in our Google Meet, we're not going to use Google Hangouts today. We're going to use Google Meet. Check Remind, check Schoology. I have the codes already in there. So I'll leave the worksheet blank and I will mirror my screen and kind of work through the problems with you guys and show you what to do. So you can see me work them out instead of just looking at an answer key that's already done. Sometimes it's a little bit confusing to see the question already answered. I think you guys would benefit from watching me work them out from start to finish. So again, one more time, we'll be using Google Meets, not Google Hangouts. If you need the code, check Remind, check Schoology, send me a message, and I'll help you guys out. So the top question here is x to the fourth power. What is going on? Here we go. X squared plus 4x minus 21. Looking at this, going over our first method of factoring, greatest common factor, that trinomial doesn't have anything in common, so it's not GCF. The second method, dots, difference of two perfect squares. I don't see two perfect squares there. First of all, it's a trinomial, which means there's three terms, not two. And second of all, there's not perfect squares. So this is going to be the AM method. You put in A above the 4, M above the negative 21, double parentheses. First term is x squared, so x times x. And now we got to play with numbers that multiply to negative 21 and add up to positive 4, which would be a positive 7 and a negative 3. Next one, 2x squared plus 8x to the third. Start with GCF. I noticed that 2 and 8 have a 2 in common, so the GCF right now would be the number 2, but there's also x squared and x to the third power, which has x squared in common. So the GCF is 2x squared. The method of GCF, I think, is the most annoying. It's the most work. And it's actually the only method that doesn't require you to do a double parentheses. What you do is you divide both these terms by the GCF of 2x squared. And what's left over, let's see, 2x squared divided by 2x squared is 1. Plus 8 divided by 2 is 4. And x to the third divided by x squared is x to the first power, or x. Put that in parentheses and put the GCF in front, 2x squared. And the last one, 4y squared minus 81. Do 4 and 81 have anything in common? Is there a GCF there? No. Is this the difference of two perfect squares, dots, or do we need to do AM here? Well, 4y squared is perfect square, so is 81, so this is the dots method. Go ahead and label what methods we used. Okay, so dots is 2 parentheses. First term I see is 4y squared. What times what is 4y squared? 2y and 2y. What times what is 81? 9 times 9. 1 gets plus, 1 gets minus, and that's it. Dots is everyone's favorite. It's the least amount of work. Takes the least amount of time. So the rest of this lesson is all practice using all 3 methods. And as you get towards the bottom, you'll notice that these say factor completely. So we'll have to factor them a few times. I'll see you guys in the Google Meet. Again, Google Meet, not Google Hangout. Get the code. I'll see you in there at 12 o'clock, and we'll work through the rest of these together.